Hello everyone, welcome to the tutorial on source-free circuits. In this tutorial in particular, we will look at source-free RC circuits. So source-free circuits are the ones in which the source is suddenly disconnected. And mainly, since we are studying the transient behavior of the circuits, we will be looking at circuits which consist of capacitor in this case. So we will be studying the source-free RC circuit in which initially there was some voltage connected and now suddenly it has been disconnected to become source-free circuits. Since the circuit consists of the energy storage element like the capacitor, what happens is that the energy that is being stored will start decreasing exponentially. So let us see how we obtain the expression for the voltage across the capacitor for a source-free circuit. So here is a source-free RC circuit, and this source-free RC circuit is achieved because we have disconnected the source. And let us consider the voltage across the capacitor as V and the current flowing through the capacitor as IC and the current flowing through the resistor as IR. Now, initially when we had connected the source, there was some amount of energy that was stored in the capacitor which will now be released to the resistors. So, let us assume that the capacitor was initially charged and the voltage across this particular capacitor to be Vt. Then at t is equal to 0, let us consider V of 0 to be equal to V0, which corresponds to the initial voltage across the capacitor. Now corresponding to this initial voltage, we have the energy stored in the capacitor to be equal to E of 0, that is equal to half C V0 square. V0 is nothing but the initial voltage across the capacitor. So basically V0 corresponds to the initial value, that is if we were to evaluate in the transient case, we would have considered this to be equal to V of 0 minus to be equal to V of 0 plus. Now let us apply KCL at this particular top node and we get this as the current that is leaving, that is IC, and the current that is leaving this side is equal to IR to be equal to 0. We know that the current through the capacitor can be computed as C dV by dt, and the current through the resistor can be computed as IR to be equal to V by R. So let us substitute C dV by dt plus V by R is equal to 0. Let us rearrange this. We have dV by dt plus V by RC to be equal to 0. So this is basically your first order differentiation equation which is obtained because of the single energy storage element, that is your capacitor. Now let us bring this towards the right hand side. We have dV by V to be equal to minus 1 by RC dt. Let us integrate this on both the sides. This can be written as 1 by V dV to be equal to minus 1 by R C integration dt. Since this term is integration of 1 by V into dV, this can be represented in terms of ln, that is ln of V to be equal to minus T by RC plus ln of A. This corresponds to the integration constant. So how we have got this is because we are taking actually the natural logarithm of 1 by x. So we know that integration of 1 by x dx is equal to natural log of x plus c. So this c corresponds to the integration constant. So that same thing we have applied and we have got, instead of x we have v, so this is natural log of V equals to integration of 1 dt is t, plus we have got the integration constant, which is ln of a. Now let us bring this integration constant towards the left hand side. So we get this as ln of v minus ln of a to be equal to minus t by rc, and we know that natural log of v minus natural log of a can be written as natural log of v by a. So let us rewrite here. This is equal to minus t by rc. Now since e power ln x can be written to be equal to x, we can write this particular expression in terms of the exponential term. That is, we will take the powers of e. So taking powers of e on both the sides, the above expression can be written as e power ln of v by a to be equal to e power minus t by rc. This term can be written as v by a to be equal to e power minus t by rc, or we can write v to be equal to a into e power minus t by rc. Since we are evaluating for v of t, I will just rewrite this expression as v of t to be equal to a e power minus t by rc. Now a basically corresponds to the initial condition, so I can specify a to be equal to V naught, which corresponds to the initial condition of the capacitor. So V of t to be equal to V naught e power minus t by RC. So this is the expression for voltage across the capacitor for a source free circuit, and it is the response of the RC circuit, which is an exponential decay of the initial voltage. Now since the response is due to the initial energy stored in this particular capacitor and not because of the external voltage or the current source, this is called as the natural response of the circuit. So if I have to define natural response is basically the response of the circuit because of the behavior of the circuit with no external source of excitation. So let us analyze by substituting different values of t. So we have the expression v of t to be equal to v naught e power minus t by rc. So when t is equal to 0, we have v of t to be equal to v naught e power 0, and e power 0 is equal to 1, so this is equal to v naught. As the value of t increases, the voltage goes on decreasing, because we said that the voltage across the capacitor, which is stored energy, will exponentially decrease for a source free circuit, right? So as the value of t increases, the energy stored in the capacitor decreases, and this rapidity with which it decreases is generally expressed in terms of tau. Tau corresponds to the time constant, which is the time required for the response to decay. So let us see, when t is equal to tau, that is the time constant, we have v of t to be equal to v naught e power minus tau by tau, since this time constant is equal to RC, and I can substitute in place of RC as tau. So this will be equal to V naught e power minus 1. E power minus 1 corresponds to 0.368. So I can say V of t is equal to 0.368 times V naught. So graphically, if I have to plot this particular response, I have the graph of the voltage across the capacitor versus t, the time. So initially my capacitor is charged to V naught when there was the external source of excitation. Then my circuit will have a sudden change. That means abruptly we are going to remove the source and it becomes a source free circuit. So whatever energy that was stored in the capacitor will now start decreasing, and it decreases exponentially. Okay, so as t increases, the V out decreases and it decreases to 0. So at some particular time, that is tau corresponding to the time constant which I have evaluated just now, I get the value to be equal to 0.368 times V0. So the time constant, which is tau is equal to RC, can be defined as the time required for the response to decay to a factor of 1 by E. 1 by E is nothing but equal to e power minus 1. So it is the time required for the response to decay to a factor of 1 by E, or 36.8% of its initial value. So with this particular voltage, we can compute the current IR of t to be equal to V of t divided by R, and the power dissipated in the resistor will be equal to P of t to be equal to V into IR, which is equal to V0 square divided by R e power minus 2t by tau. The reason why we have got this as minus 2 is because we are squaring the entire term, right? So we are squaring V0 e power minus t by RC the whole square. So that is the reason why we have got this as V0 square e power minus 2t by. So if they ask you to derive the expression for voltage across the capacitor in a source free circuit, you have to derive for V of t to be equal to V0 e power minus t by RC, which corresponds to the natural response of the circuit. That is, the voltage decreases exponentially because of the energy stored in the capacitor.